Hey everybody, this is Matt Dallas. Some of you guys know me because I do the Life Around the Loop in Agritopia, and we do Life on the Lakes in Val Vista Lakes. And today I am here with Rene Morris, and we're talking about something that I'm really super intrigued by. It's called Feng Shui, and Rene is a Feng Shui expert. So Rene, can you tell us a little bit about what Feng Shui is, and just kind of in your own words, share what it is that you do?
Sure, absolutely. Well, okay, so I like to explain it like this. Have you ever created a dream board before? You know, that where you put all the things that you want on a board and then you manifest those things or create those things?
I
I don't know
have.
if you've ever done that.
Like a
Okay,
vision.
so
I call it like a vision board.
vision board, exactly, a vision board.
Okay.
So we're creating that from your whole house. So your house becomes a living, breathing dream board, vision board. So you have, the things you would put on there, your relationship, your career, all of these things, but you actually have these places in your home. So you can go in the relationship area of your home. You can rearrange some things and create the relationship you want. And it's like you're creating anchors and you're co-creating. You're creating the environment in your home to help you co-create and manifest what you want in your life.
Wow,
So
that is really
that's
cool.
essentially what it is.
That is super neat.
Yeah.
So what are some of the different Feng Shui areas of the house, of your home? I know you can see like I'm in my office here, right, with my bookshelf behind me here. But what are some of these different areas? Like, how does that work?
Right. So there's 9 different areas. So what we call it a bog walk. We kind of superimpose this. It's like a blueprint on your home. You have your wealth area. There's a health area. There's a children and creativity area. Did the internet go?
It did. Okay,
Can
so
you see me?
it did for a split second, so I lost a little bit, but you said a blueprint of your house, right?
Yes. So there's 9 areas. Let me go over them. There's the wealth area, the health area, there's travel area, so places you want to travel to.
I'm trying to write these down as you're saying them.
Sure. Okay, so travel. And then there's children, and your children area is also your creativity area. So it's your children and creativity.
Okay.
There's your fame area, which is pretty much how the world sees you. So if you have a business, we would work in that area to kind of create your good name and how people see you. It's your reputation. So that's the fame area. And your career area, that's your path in life. So your career, your path in life, there's a knowledge and spirituality area.
Okay.
And then you have your relationship area. So what we would do in every one of these has an element that is associated with each area. And when we balance the elements, we have a flow that happens in the home, and you just feel it. When you walk into a home that's feng shuied, it just feels good. You can't really put words to it, but everything just feels balanced and it just flows well.
Got it. Okay. That is, that's neat. And, it's interesting when you said that. When I do my vision board, I typically do it across 5 different topics or 5 different areas. So it's a little bit expanded on that, but it's still very similar. Those are very similar areas that I think about when I do my vision board. So as far as you helping other people, you do an in-home consultation. You'll help somebody with this. So what does that look like? How does that go down?
So I would come into your home and then we would go over all the different areas. So I do a lot of teaching. When I come into your home, I do a lot of teaching. By the time I leave, so an entire consultation takes between 3 and 4 hours. So it's a good chunk of time because I'm helping you kind of create these. So when I say elements, let's talk about what that really means. So for example, your career area, the element is water. So elements come in colors. So it could be dark blue or black or anything really shaped like a flowing movement.
Okay.
So we use those colors or we use those shapes to create that element. And then we move on to the next area. We make sure, okay, if it's an earth area, do we have, an earth is the shape of a square. So do we have things to anchor in that element, in that space, to make that flow, to make that energy flow, and to also create what we want in that area. So by anchoring it into that area, we're creating it, we're co-creating it in our lives. So what I like to say is Feng Shui plus intention is the key to co-creation. So we're really co-creating. It's like a prayer, like a movement that we are co-creating with God, and we're creating what we want in our lives.
Interesting. Okay, that is really cool. And I'm familiar with the idea of anchoring things, you know, through our words and through our actions and stuff. So that's
exactly.
Wow, that's cool. And I'm starting to understand the element side of it.
Yes.
So is there any, say, Feng Shui tip that you could give somebody who's watching this?
Sure. Okay, some easy tips. For example, in Feng Shui, money is represented by water. Like I said before, the career, but when water is running, if we have a leak, our money is draining. So any little leak that's happening, I mean, it's really costing us money, but it also represents our money just draining, falling away. You might get the money, but it goes away right away. So we want to fix all leaks, big or small. One that probably everyone's heard of is the toilet seat. Why do we put the toilet seat down? Because that also represents our money, the water, and when it flows, it creates a vortex. When we flush the toilet, you're essentially creating a vortex, and all that energy just goes straight down the drain. So when we close the lid, we are stopping that energy vortex from just draining our money. So it's with intention. That's the power behind it. But those are actions that we take, and with the intention, that's how we're creating. Another one would be, an important one is to declutter. Why do I say that? Because if we have a cluttered space, we have stagnation. So if we have a whole room that we're using just to put boxes, I'm guilty of this too sometimes, just to put things in that one room. But what does that room represent? Is that our relationship? Is that our wealth area? Is that our health? I mean, if that's our health, do we have extra pounds on us, right? Is that stagnation affecting us where we're actually physically carrying more weight? So decluttering is really important. Another thing is we can just go around. When I do a consultation, I will have, I have this bell. So I go around and I clear energy. So I ring the bell, and that lifts and raises the energy, and also just do a house clearing. I'll do some chanting and some clearing with a bell. But if you don't have a bell, how's the internet connection? I just saw that sign go up.
It was good. It was
okay.
Spotty for a sec, but it's good.
Okay. So if you don't have a bell, you can clap your hands. It's just that easy. So it's really just moving energy. So if there's a corner of your home that doesn't get much attention, you can go and clap your hands and just move around to closets, different things like that. Linen closets, clap your hands. It just clears the energy, and it just, you can also spray with some orange. Orange essence is really good for clearing energy too. So those are a few tips.
Got it. My wife will be very happy that you said declutter, because sometimes I will admit that I have a challenge with that. But she's awesome in helping to balance that out for me.
Good. Good.
So she will be happy that you mentioned that. This is the first I've really learned, about Feng Shui, and it's super interesting to me. But I know you do some other stuff. What other services do you offer that you can help somebody with?
So another thing that I do is hypnotherapy. It's so much more than hypnotherapy, but it's what I call Feng Shui for the mind. So we are creating an environment. Let me explain it this way. In Feng Shui, they call it the 3 lux. You have your destiny, what's written in the stars for you. Then you have your environment lux. So if we were born somewhere else, we might not have the same opportunities as we do. So that's our environment. That's where I work. That's where Feng Shui comes in. We create the environment that's conducive for our success. There's also what we call the human luck. So that's your choices. That's the choices we make. And so that's the third one. And those are really just, a lot of our choices are based on our past. A lot of our decisions that we make, we go back into our childhood. It takes a split second, but we have a program running sometimes, especially if there's trauma in the past. Mm-hmm. So I will go in and it's a hypnotherapy session, and we pretty much clear the trauma. We go in and we heal it on a really deep level. We're creating new neurological pathways in the brain where we can actually make new decisions based on what we want in our life now, not based on where we were when we made those decisions at first. So yeah, so Feng Shui for the environment, Feng Shui for the mind. That's what I do.
I like that. And I'm a big proponent of the fact that we get to choose our response in certain situations, and in all situations. One of my favorite books, and somewhere behind me on the bookshelf here, is Man's Search for Meaning. And I don't know if you're familiar with that book, but
I've heard of it. Yeah.
It's Viktor Frankl. Took me a long time. It's a very emotionally heavy book. It's about his experience in Auschwitz, and it took me a while to work through that book. But one of the things that he says in the book is that regardless of the situation that we're in, we get to choose our attitude and we get to choose how we respond, which is pretty powerful, because he was in pretty much the worst possible situation any human could possibly be in, for the most part. And I've always thought that's a really powerful statement of our ability to choose, and choose. Absolutely. Even if it was the only thing he could really choose in that moment was his attitude, because everything else was taken from him. But being able to choose in how we respond to things, I think, is really powerful. And it's something I'm constantly reminding myself of when I get in situations that aren't not in my favor at that time, is what do I choose to do going forward? So I absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I totally, I think that's really powerful what you're saying there. Well, thank you very much. Like, this has been very, in a short time, of course, but it's been
there's so much. There's so much to it. So this is so compressed, right. But I love to go in and teach and talk about it. And by the time I leave someone's home, they have a clear understanding of how to really create what they want in their life. So it's like giving you your power back. Yeah, no, that's great. And we met because you're in Agrotopia. Yes. But I mean, obviously you can help somebody, wherever they are, locally, more or less. But how does somebody find you? How would they connect with you? Should they go online? Should they call a phone number? What's the best way to reach you? So let me tell you the phone number, 888-2618. And you can reach me that way. I'm also on Facebook. I'm working on my website right now. I've redone my website several times. So this is, so I don't have my website up yet, but my Facebook, I am RK, so Rene Kitchukova, that's my maiden name, Kitchukova. And I can link this when we post it. Yeah. And then phone number again? Rene, say that again, phone number, yes. What was that? So it is 602. Got it. 2618. 26. Okay, I got that. 2618. Yes. All right, cool. Well, so that's how you can reach me. Awesome. That's thank you. That's good. Yeah, thank you for doing this. And for anybody who's interested and wants to learn more about Feng Shui for the home or for the mind, I would highly encourage you guys to reach out to Renee. She's awesome. So absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks, Matt. I'll talk to you later. Sure. Bye.